Suprabhatam friends, welcome to my channel Plants and Me. This is Dr. Sridevi from Mangaluru, Karnataka, India. Today I am starting my video with this lovely Epicea pink. Look at the plant, it's really beautiful. The variegation on the leaf is also beautiful. It has started loving this place. I just kept it for rooting, and then the rainy season came on. I couldn't shift this plant, but it seems to be loving this place, and this is the second time it's blooming. It is giving off this new shoots. Lovely. It's cascading down the pot, hanging pot. Today I'll be showing you how I go about preparing the grow bags for my vegetables. Today only my grow bags, the mud and my plant will be in the video. I am not facing the camera today. You all will be bored, isn't it, looking at my face? Same old face. So this is a grow bag in which I usually grow the vegetables. This is 12 inches in height. It consumes a lot of mud. That doesn't want to listen to me, this grow bag. So I will start with the preparation of this grow bag. At the base usually I put potting mix, that is the garden soil, about 2 inches thick. This is a stone. There will be pockets here. I am filling those pockets. So this is about 2 inch. Now on this I'll be putting a layer of vermicompost. This is a ready-made vermicompost bought from the nursery. I didn't prepare it. There is no contribution from my side whatsoever in preparing this vermicompost. Now this is one layer. This is about an inch. See, this is about an inch. Now on this I'll add bone meal. So this would be the lowermost layer of vermicompost, that is lowermost layer in the grow bag. I am mixing this. About 10 grams of Epsom salt. This is my way. There is no hard and fast rule that this is the way it should be followed, but somehow I found that this method is really very helpful to the plant. Now I am covering that with a layer of potting mix. This potting mix again is from the nursery, and the nursery people, they prepare the potting mix with 3 components: garden soil, sand, that is sea sand, and cow dung manure. Now this layer is again going to be about 2 inches. My logic is the topmost layer should be simple, because the seeds would have germinated and they would be very delicate. So the top layer doesn't require much. As the plant grows, it will throw the roots deep into the potting mix, and the plant will be big enough also, so it requires lots of food also. So the lower layer consists of vermicompost, bone meal and Epsom salt. The lowermost was just garden soil, then vermicompost, bone meal and Epsom salt, then this layer of soil. My cat is doing some mischief. Wherever I go, my cats come behind me and they create a havoc. They are very naughty cats. Actually, in a packet there is, in a carry bag, there is a packet of bone meal, and one of my cats is having some doubt that there is something there in the bag and it's trying to dig out, chew on it. That red color is the bone meal packet. Hi kitty. Oh, it ran away. Hi kitty. She is the naughtiest of all. There are quite a few cats and she is the naughtiest. So again, this is about 1 inch. Now to this I'll add again bone meal. This is a very large carry bag, or grow bag, so it requires lots of bone meal. Again 10 grams of Epsom salt and again top this layer with garden soil or potting mix. So whenever that layer of vermicompost gets used up, the potting mix only will be left and the level of the potting mix goes really down, and that is the time you need to replenish the vermicompost in the grow bag. So this is again a plain layer of garden mix. If my camera is going out of focus, I'm really sorry. I'm holding the phone in one hand and recording it and working with only one hand. So above this there will be one more layer of vermicompost, but this is just a simple layer of vermicompost. I'm not adding anything into it. Simple vermicompost. Actually this vermicompost is fortified. There are so many micro and macro nutrients in it. Still I prefer to add bone meal. So this is just very thin layer of vermicompost. Now the final layer is of plain garden soil. This is a stone. So to prepare one grow bag, it really takes a lot of time and effort also. I'll show one grow bag, preparation of one grow bag, and then I'll continue with the other ones, and I will be off the camera at that time. So this is just a simple layer of garden mix, and on top of this I am going to sow some seeds. So these are the lady's finger, light green colored lady's finger seeds. I have given a cut here. I'll be just pouring all these seeds in one grow bag for now. Once they germinate, I will separate the saplings. Now the rule for sowing seeds will be half an inch inside the mud, because when the seeds put out roots, they should have a hold. The roots should be able to hold on. Otherwise the sapling will just get out of the sand. So 1, 2, I am putting in all the holes which I made. No kitty. If the kitty walks on my saplings, all the saplings will be gone. So few more holes. I am just putting randomly, because anyway I would be separating these saplings. Just for germination sake I have put. After removing the saplings, I would allow one plant in one bag, and then only one plant would be growing in one grow bag. These vegetables require continuous water. The potting mix should not dry at whatever time it may be. It shouldn't dry. They require a continuously moist soil, and they should get full sun. Whole day they should get sun, around 8 hours of full sun. I have kept all my grow bags on the terrace, There they get sunlight the whole day. Yes. So I am closing all the depressions which I created to sow the seeds. Now we need to water it lightly and then keep this grow bag in full sun. The vegetables need lots of sunlight and the seeds also need full sun for germination. Without sunlight the seeds will not germinate. So I would be keeping this on the terrace and watering it today completely, till the potting mix becomes fully wet and the water comes out of the drainage holes. After that, daily watering just to keep the potting mix wet. That much watering is needed. I worked out a logic. As I said, this layer is just a garden mix because the seeds will be just germinating and they don't have the capacity to absorb whatever I gave, bone meal, etc. They don't have the capacity to absorb that. So just mud is enough. Once they germinate and they start growing roots, about 2 to 3 weeks later, they will be putting their roots down more inside. At that time, it's a growing period, so they require lots of energy. So vermicompost is enough. And by the time they reach the second layer, that is a mud layer, and below that, by the time they reach that layers with vermicompost, bone meal and Epsom salt, they would have been about 2 to 3 months old. And at that time they will start flowering. These are lady's finger plants, so they start flowering within 3 months and they start giving fruits also, vegetable that is. So by then, when it starts flowering, the plant needs lots of energy, and for that sake vermicompost, anyway it will give the energy, but the bone meal which I added will enhance the flowering capacity. So when the plant is in flowering, it will require lots of energy, and bone meal has got phosphorus in it, so it induces flowering in the plant. And I have added Epsom salt, so that will improve the magnesium content in the leaf. They will produce lots of energy, and so along with phosphorus they will produce lots of flowers, and lots of flowers means lots of fruits or vegetables. That is my logic. You might think that what's the big deal? The whatever components were there, they could have all been mixed at a time and put in the grow bag. Yes, that also can be done. Mixing all the ingredients, that is vermicompost, bone meal, Epsom salt, all can be mixed at a time and the grow bag can be filled. But I felt the components would get distributed into the potting mix, and then the availability will be less, or to put it in other words, all the components will be in the potting mix and the plant will get all those way too earlier. That is, in sapling stage it doesn't require, but if it gets in that stage, probably it is not all that required for the plant. So stage by stage, if we supply the nutrients, it would be better. If we give the food material little by little, then the plant will be able to absorb it easily. A small plant cannot absorb a lot of food material, and there are chances that there can be a burn in the plant. The leaves might get burnt because of too much of the what we call vermicompost or bone meal. The plant may not be able to tolerate that much according to its capacity. So my method is give the plant food little by little. That's all in today's video. Hope you all enjoy the video. Thanks for joining. Take care. Bye.